The price of the Sologenic token has been kind of all over the place since the snapshot took place for Solo holders and XRP holders. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the price predictions, some short-term price predictions, some long-term price predictions for 2022, and the comparison that Sologenic has to Solana and its parabolic rise in 2021. It's actually scary how much it matches up. I'm also going to be talking about what David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, recently tweeted out regarding what token issuers on the XRP ledger can actually do to freeze your tokens and why it was kind of a warning. So I'm going to tell you which tokens have actually answered that call and what they said. I'm also going to be talking about Bitcoin's price action right now because it is currently bumping up against 52,000, which is proving to be a big resistance level before being confirmed. So we're going to talk about what would happen if it actually flips 52,000 and turns it into support. And also regarding Sologenic, they recently made an announcement on Christmas Day. That's actually a big announcement because I'm going to compare it to what Solana did when they actually made a similar announcement in 2021. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel, I'm covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, as well as other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, make sure you hit the subscribe button, join the Late Night Grind community. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you do two things. Number one, smash that thumbs up button. And number two, watch this video all the way to the end. Those really are the two best things you can do. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So first thing I want to talk about is the price of Bitcoin right now, bumping up against 52,000. It got rejected by 52,000, not once, not twice, but as of about an hour ago, 3 times it got rejected, and it's been trending now down to a little over 51,000. Now, the good news for the bulls is that it's bumping up against that 52,000 more frequently, meaning it's done it twice in the past couple of days, and it's looking likely that it's probably going to turn around and do it again based on some of the on-chain analytics. So if it actually does flip 52,000 and turn it into support, based on some of the technical analysis that I saw, it's likely that Bitcoin would have a straight shot right up to about $58,500, $58,500 would be the next major resistance level. Some actually calling that number the local peak before they believe Bitcoin is going to head south for the next year or two. However, a lot of people say, no, that's not what the on-chain data is pointing to. It's going to go much higher than that. And right now, XRP is following right alongside of Bitcoin. It's kind of been going between 90 cents and $1. It recently went as high as 95 cents earlier today before backtracking about 3 cents to 92, 93 cents. And in my opinion, it's probably not going to deviate too much from what Bitcoin is doing until we start to get to major news about the Ripple versus the SEC case coming up in January. However, if you do look at some XRP channels and some XRP technical analysis, some of them are pointing to a little more of a bullish scenario. Even with Bitcoin's price action notwithstanding, they believe that XRP is going to be making some moves of its own in late December. Well, we're here. Let's see what happens. So now I'm going to talk about what David Schwartz recently tweeted out. Actually on Christmas Day, he tweeted out, appeared to be almost a warning for people that are collecting these airdrops and wondering what's going on with some of the price action and what could be getting you into some trouble. So what he said was that the XRP ledger was actually given the ability of token issuers to freeze those tokens once they're issued. Essentially, the ability to control those tokens once they are on the XRP ledger. So a lot of people were wondering with Sologenic, with Vagabond, with some of these other airdrops, are those token issuers, did they actually give up their right to freeze it, or do they still have that power where they can freeze your tokens? Well, right away, Sologenic's Bob Ross responded and said Sologenic has given up the right to freeze any Solo tokens, and they have essentially black holed the master key so that no one will ever be able to do that. Now, I haven't seen any such response from Vagabond or even Songbird and Flare, but I'm guessing because of all these airdrops on the XRP ledger, David Schwartz felt the need to say, listen, not all of these tokens are what they seem. Make sure you look into it. So, all right, so let's get into what Solo token holders and what XRP token holders are interested in, and that is the price action of their upcoming airdrop for Sologenic. They're going to be getting, if you hold Solo or XRP, you're going to be getting some Sologenic tokens in January 20th to be exact. Now, some people on Twitter have already said that as soon as they get it, they're going to turn around and flip it. They really don't have any interest in the project, and that's fine. There's a lot of other people that do, and they want to know what's coming up for 2022. Well, I had to compare this to Solana because I've seen a few other comparisons of Sologenic to Solana because of, number one, their tokenomics are extremely similar. There's almost the same amount of tokens for each ecosystem. Their ecosystems do some of the same things. They host NFT platforms, have decentralized exchanges, the ability for DeFi apps, and the like. So what happened last year with Solana? Well, in December of 2020, Solana was trading for $1.08. In January, it was up to $1.50. and I made mention of that on my channel quite a bit. As we know now, it is now trading for over $200. It had a peak of an all-time high of $260 earlier in the year. So since there are so many similarities between Sologenic and Solana, I wanted to look at what Solana actually did with some of their announcements when some of their NFT platforms and the like came on board versus what Sologenic has and has been announcing. Well, Solana was trading for $1 in December of 2020 before it actually launched its mainnet. Well, it went from $1 to $16 in the first couple of months of 2021, largely due to the bull run that Bitcoin was on, because Solana had really yet to make any announcements or launch any applications on their ecosystem, at least not anything of note. And in fact, it took all the way till August of 2021 for Solana to announce their very first open source NFT platform that will be hosted on the Solana ecosystem. August 26th was that actual announcement. Now on that date, Solana was trading for about $60, $65, and directly after that announcement is when it went on another parabolic run. But keep in mind, it also coincided with what Bitcoin was doing in July, August, and September at the same time. However, Solana went from $60 to, in a couple of months, reached its all-time high of $260. So what did Sologenic just announce on Christmas? Well, guess what? They just announced their open source NFT platform will be launching in January of 2022. And some of the data is interesting because in order to mint an NFT on this platform, it's going to cost about 3 Solo tokens. Now, there's going to be no gas fees in terms of purchasing and exchanges, but in order to mint, it's going to cost you 3 Solo tokens. So what that's going to do is create even more deflationary pressure on the Solo token, thus bringing a little bit of scarcity into it. In fact, Bob Ross actually said that he believed there's going to be about 100,000 NFTs per month minted on this platform, and thus costing or burning 300,000 Solo tokens from the ecosystem. So over the course of a year, that's going to be some serious burn rate. So if Bitcoin does in fact go on a parabolic run in the beginning of 2022, or even for most of 2022, based on my research and based on some of the tokenomics and comparisons to Solana, I think Sologenic has a very good chance of doing something very similar in terms of its price movements, market cap, things like that. You're going to see one of the biggest announcements coming later. My guess is probably in the spring or summer when they announce the tokenized securities exchange is now live. That is going to be a game changer. So if you're getting some of these Solo tokens because you're an XRP holder, well, you may just want to hold on to them. If you don't, that's perfectly fine and that's up to you. But for me, there's just too many comparisons to what Solana actually did. And even though Sologenic is second to market, it's on a brand new ecosystem. It's on the XRP ledger. It's on an incredibly powerful interoperable ecosystem. And my guess is throughout the early part of 2022, it's going to be making some serious noise. But like I said, a lot of it's going to be depending on Bitcoin, on what Bitcoin is doing, on what altcoins are doing for the early part of 2022. And it may even depend on the SEC case versus Ripple, because the XRP ledger and XRP, we all know about the price movements and the price suppression largely due to this SEC case. And one of the other reasons that Solana was growing so much is because Ethereum's gas prices are just getting out of hand and it's not really getting any better. So that's even more good news for other open source NFT marketplaces, DEXs, and things of that nature. So unless we are officially in a bear market and Bitcoin is retracing all the way back down into the who knows where, $30,000, $20,000 level, I don't see any reason why Sologenic couldn't follow the same price patterns as Solana did in 2021 and reach triple digits. And I've actually tweeted this out a few times as well. If you hold XRP, if you hold Solo tokens, and if you're holding those Solo tokens, you'll of course be receiving the core tokens of the new Corium airdrop in 2022. If you're holding all those three, my opinion, it's going to be a very good 2022 for you. But let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. We can continue to have this conversation over there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, giving it a big thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.